of psychic royalty.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh,
And
you're
look
welcome.
at Mel. She's got the mushrooms, if you know what I mean.
Here's my tiara. Yeah, what have you been eating, girlfriend?
I'm not telling. I might have to share.
I love your earrings, by the way.
Thank you. Helen, I might have to share.
Uh-oh. Somebody's got their phone on.
It was me.
That-
I have my phone on. I'm looking on my phone so I can see the comments that I'm.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. And we got, people coming in now. So that's, Thank you all for being here. So we're streaming to not only to my channel, but to Mel's and Linda's as well. So, hello to all the people that I know, and special welcome to all the people that I'm going to be meeting for the first time in here. So that is absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
And going to try to say hi to as many of you as I can, but if I miss you, trust me, it's nothing personal. It just
Right. They're really coming on now.
Yes. Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
They
Thanks for
really
coming
are.
on down.
Okay, hold on. I got to change something on here. Where are we? Oh my goodness.
What?
No, nothing. I'm just on my, here we go.
Hi, Craig.
Oh.
Craig says hi. I'm saying hi to everybody.
Yes, and we've got Sherry H, Flora D, Richie, we've got Jamie Johnson, April, Rose Hill, Linda B, Teresa, Katie, Sandy, Tammy, Deborah, Leah, Craig Dixon, yes, Don G, Kim G, Miller Studio, Kathy Ritchie, Antonio, Alexis, Diane. Oh my. Okay. We got a few people in here. Anyway, hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
And thanks for being patient, Mariana. We were trying to get our
I
guy
know.
out, but he's always doing vacation or something. He got a lot of nerve, you know what I'm saying?
Well, between you and me.
Am I getting thrown under a bus here?
Yes. You're always going on holiday. He's so active.
I know.
He's a great dancer too, by the way.
I love to dance.
You know what? I heard that you're a good dancer. So maybe one of these days, we'll do a big YouTube tarot get together. And then, yeah.
I'm changing glasses. I can't stand it.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
As long as it's got a Latin beat, I'm good to go.
Oh, you were good with Rolling Down the River.
Yeah, I love to dance.
With Tina Turner.
There you go. I love that one too.
Oh, okay. They just announced that Trump's lawyers oppose cameras in court.
No.
We just talked about that, Linda. We said we don't think they're going to allow them in court.
Well, but I also feel like you would think Trump would want it. But he doesn't want them to give all the information. He doesn't want the public to know the truth.
Yeah, exactly. And not only that, but if they show, like, his ego is too big for something like that. Normally, like, he's going to have a press conference after this is done, right? Where he's going to be doing his, bluster and everything else.
But the judge is going to warn him. Don't be making, threats against us.
And the judge is going to tell him you can't discuss the case.
No, yes.
And if you do, and if he does, he'll be held in contempt of court. It was funny. Lynn and I just did a show, and my psychic light bulb went on. I said, I got a funny feeling this judge is going to hold him in contempt.
Yeah.
Lawyers don't want it public because they don't want the public to see exactly what happened. But there's going to be, it doesn't take a psychic to figure this out. No. There's going to be reporters in court. They're going to have sketch artists and all that.
Yeah, they're going to come out with every last detail.
Now they'll try to move to keep reporters out of court, but that's not going to happen.
But girlfriend,
No,
we just said this, and I'm going to say it out loud again. This isn't the big banana. This isn't the big thing.
no.
The big thing's coming up. I heard Fannie starts with her charging the first week of May. So I get a feeling it might even be a little sooner than that. And then we're going to have Jack Smith. So it's going to be all hands on deck. I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is the fire. This is the firecracker.
Yeah. The appetizer before the great meal.
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of enjoy, relish it because, there's other things.
It's going to make Mount St. Helens look like a firecracker. It's going to be huge.
Yes. Yes.
So Mel, we must not take over her show. Let her do the talking.
Hey, listen, I'm quite happy to just say, okay, go ahead, pick a topic.
Me and Mel love it. We love to get right in the mix of it.
I just have a tendency to talk.
Yeah, well, I think maybe that's one of the reasons that we get along is, I tend to be a talker as well.
Right.
So,
right.
I'm petting the dog. She just came up for a tummy rub. So.
Oh. Ooh, somebody just mentioned chocolate cake. Oh God, I'm in the mood for chocolate cake.
Yeah. Mine does that. The husky. Yeah. Whenever I walk into a room, she just lays down like, okay, it's belly rub time. Like, I don't care what you're doing, but you have to stop and do the belly rub. Yeah. So listen, I got a couple questions here. And the first one was, do you see Brett Kavanaugh finally being investigated, as well as the link between him, Donald Trump, and Justice Kennedy, who paid his substantial debts before his confirmation hearings?
Absolutely, yes. And Sheldon Whitehouse is in the middle of this as we speak. Sheldon Whitehouse just got the Supreme Court to reluctantly to agree to some oversight, which they've never done and never had to do. Yeah. So I don't think it'll happen this time in this administration. I think when another Democrat, which I think will be Biden, comes in, that's when. Because all this stuff with Trump, he thinks, oh, now I'll win for sure. No, dude, you're going to lose big time.
Exactly. So that's my sense. And I've said this for a long time that, Kavanaugh is going to be investigated. There's too much that is too much that kind of smells rotten, you know? And they are going to get him. Same with what's her name? Amy Comey Barrett or whatever her name.
Something's up with her too, huh?
You know, years ago, right after she was nominated and put in that fast, and I just really got a shiver one day when I was doing a reading, and I thought, you know what? There's something shady with her, and of course, entertainment purposes only. But with the adoption of her kids, there's something shady there.
Wow.
That's what I was getting.
Interesting.
So,
I'm picking up, as far as the money is concerned, that they're going to be able to show that a lot of the funding, his debts, if they're talking about Kavanaugh, came from, it was dark money, but it came from some sort of a conservative political action committee. And so that's going to be uncovered as well.
Right.
So I do see him investigated. I agree with you all.
Yes.
Yeah.
I pursed my lips because I'm like, can't wait to see how that turns out.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And breaking news. Finland will become a NATO member tomorrow.
Yeah.
Nice. Beautiful.
It was on the
We
news.
just talked about this.
Yeah. Oh, and Putin's already made some reject comment, trying to act all like he's special.
Oh, Putin said that any country that joined NATO after 1990, he wouldn't recognize, only because it was after the breakup of the Soviet Union, and he wants all those countries back, but it's not going to happen. So, and I think Sweden is already a member of the of NATO. if I'm not mistaken, or they're joining.
Hey, Craig just said,
could
Linda
be.
G, if two Trumpsters are married and get a divorce, are they still cousins?
No, they're brother and sister. Family tree looks like a
There
flat.
you go. There you go.
Sorry.
Oh my gosh, that is good. I think I don't know about you guys, but my sense is that a lot of those staunch Trump supporters are now kind of sitting back, and they're not being as loud as they used to be. There's things that are coming out that are making them, they're not willing to concede defeat. They're not willing to say, oh, no, we've been duped. But I don't think they're going to be as eager to come up with the support.
Did you see that little clip of him begging people to come out and protest? Begging them. And did you see maybe 3 dozen total if you go down the road of his people? That's nothing.
Yeah. No, they're realizing that they've been duped. And when that happens, pride gets in the way. So, you don't want to make it obvious. Eventually they'll come around and say, yeah, well, that was kind of a
the latest poll, a good poll, not a fake poll, that came out said 56% of Americans want him indicted.
Yep.
Only 23% don't. Although it's 80% of the Republicans don't want him indicted.
No, because it'll point fingers to them.
Well, there's other indictments coming, like we said.
Yes.
This is just,
it's going to be beautiful.
It's going to be humongous.
Yeah.
I mean,
somebody on here said they heard rumor that Jack will come out with his stuff before Fanny, which is fine with me, because remember I had that hit that I saw Jack talking in Fanny's ear. So I don't know if he's telling her, just hold back a minute, I'm going to hit him with espionage.
Well, I can tell you one thing: this judge in this case is not going to put up with any shenanigans whatsoever.
No.
My light bulb just went on when Linda, you were talking, was like, this judge is not going to put up with any BS. Not gonna.
Today or tomorrow when they read all the stuff. That reminds me, I got to pick up my ingredients for chili cheese dogs. Anyway, when he's reading off all the stuff, I do see him telling he can't do anything to him now because the charges weren't read. Now that the charges are read, I do see the judge say, you start threatening and carrying on, you'll do the rest of this trial behind bars. Something like that, because I see him being serious.
Oh, yeah, this judge is not going to put up with any nonsense.
No. Even one of Trump's lawyers said that, I appear before this judge, and he was not too nice. And not in terms of the Trump case, but he said, he wasn't overly nice. He said, however, he was very fair.
Well, yes, that's what I heard. He's very fair.
Very fair.
And by the way, not bad looking. Did you get a quick look see at him?
No. Oh, no.
Yeah, he's looking a little gray.
Okay, I'll be right back.
This judge is going to do everything by the book.
Yeah.
And, people, the right-wing media and the right wing doesn't want this broadcast because, here again, but that's going to backfire in their face. It really will.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
As I said, they're going to try to keep reporters out of the courtroom, but that won't work either.
No, not at all.
And then they're going to try to ask for a change of venue. My psychic light bulb just went on again. A change of judge. They'll try that, but guess what?
It's not going to work.
It won't work.
No, I don't think so. I think this is a rude awakening for Trump.
Yeah. Well, especially when he tells them, zip it. That's going to be so hard for him. Because he's never had to pay the price for anything.
Exactly.
He steals from everybody. He's caused so many lives to be ruined. And I heard that he used to sleep with his friends' wives. Somebody wrote a book about this. Yeah. And then he would call the husband to say, I just slept with your wife.
Yeah.
I mean, how cruel is that?
Yeah. And yeah, anybody who would, yeah, back in the day when he cut off his nephew's medical funding.
Oh,
That's because he's a sociopath or a psychopath, and they take pleasure in seeing other people suffer.
Yeah.
And that's how evil he is. And they, they're clearly narcissistic. They want to look like the victim and the martyr, but you look behind that, and there's absolutely no moral compass at all.
No.
you don't want to look at his behind either.
It's yeah, right. Who'd want to?
Jesus, gross.
Maybe Stormy Daniels did,
Yeah.
because she wasn't seeing much from the front. That's for sure.
No. No, which doesn't surprise me one little bit, because it's usually the big talkers that aren't.
Well, he made a big deal about his hands are big and everything about him is big. He's the one that brought it up.
Yeah.
But that Stormy Daniels on Twitter is hysterical. The comebacks that she has,
Uh-huh.
So somebody said, I wouldn't touch you. He wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. She said it was more like 3 inches.
Well, that reminds me of an old joke, and it's shareable. Okay. Why is it that women are always backing into cars? Because men have convinced us that this is 6 inches.
Oh. Oops.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Exactly. Okay.
Somebody said in the comments he wants to control the message. And when I read that, it said hence no cameras are his preference. When I read that, my light bulb went on, and it was like, but wait a minute. The thing that's really going to get to him is that he's no longer going to be able to control the message.
Yes.
And that's what's going to take him down as well.
Yes.
Someone just said, Linda, you always saw him in front of a judge. It'll be judges. But yes, I saw that wooden table. Remember that oak table? And I saw him sitting there with all this team of attorneys and looking at the judge and being furious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. And the judge will take away his, blowhorn or whatever loudspeaker he has. And he is going to, I think, end up maybe doing like an overnight stay in a prison, because he can't help himself.
He can't.
That's who he is. He cannot help to get out there.
And it might not be this case. It might be some other case, but he's going to go cray-cray.
Yeah.
Somebody just said Letitia James supposed to do it too.
He would love to spend all night in jail. Then he could come out and say, look what they did to me. Look what they, it's like. But I wonder how his orange wispy flop over dude would look like after he spent the night in jail.
Well, I don't know. Orange is not his color. It really, really, truly isn't his color. But it'll be interesting tomorrow. I'm really, really looking forward to just kind of even little glimpses just to see what's going to happen. But
can I say something really quick?
Absolutely.
Lisa's here. Lisa Foster. She helps oversee. Hi, Water Lily. Water Lily won a free reading yesterday. I sent you your time and date, but I got 2 blues. I picked blue, and 2 people have come and said their name's blue, but you can't have the same name. So Lisa, maybe you know what that's about. Maybe there's a blue 10, which wouldn't be qualified. The one I got was blue, plain blue. So 2 people are claiming to be blue. Okay, there we go. Yeah. Not that I'm saying they're not blue,
but yeah, no, it's you're right. It's kind of like, an email address, right? It's unique.
Yeah. And I know YouTube won't let you have the same name. You have to add a number or something.
Yeah.
Now everybody's going to be calling you, Lynn, and say, hi, my name is Blue.
Yeah.
There's Blue 1, Blue 2, Blue 3.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
It'll be one. Who the hell Blue is this one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let me just see what else we've got here just to kind of change it up. Love your thoughts on sending healing energy to people since we all have soul contracts and agree to experience things for a higher good. Would we be interfering by sending healing energy?
Not at all.
Richie, you got good taste in quarterbacks too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
No, because
all-
anytime that you're offering healing or you're sending someone,
It brings you up. Any help of others, that brings you up.
Yeah, because I mean, the lesson is still there, right? The experience is still there. So
Right.
yeah, I don't think that you'd be interfering.
Not
It's
at
just,
all.
yeah, like putting it in a pot.
Maybe that person's supposed to get healing energy.
Right.
Exactly.
Like Linda said it earlier on in the broadcast, it's about choice. We have free will.
Right.
Yeah. In everything that we do, we have, the free will. And okay.
Helping others, putting positive vibes out is nothing, does not hurt you at all.
No. Okay. I don't know. I'll put this up and you guys let me know if you want to read on it. If you
we
get
just read on that. Yeah.
Did you?
I don't know. We don't like to say dead or alive.
Yeah.
Something active.
Yeah.
They
will find them.
They will find them. Absolutely.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. All right. We can.
Bill, that poor girl, that young blonde girl. People were bugging me. I didn't know who she was. What happened to so-and-so? She had the long blonde hair. She was up in Montana or something. Gabby. So I opened up my phone.
Yes.
I opened my phone and I saw her face and I said, oh, she's dead. This is before they found out she was dead. Then I said, and her boyfriend killed her and her boyfriend will commit suicide. I said that all in one sitting. And then after that, I thought, oh God, I don't want her parents to see, but they found her right after that.
Yeah.
I saw him underwater. People were asking me, I said, I see palms and sun, but he's like there's water. He's in water. He's underwater. And I guess when he shot himself, the thing flooded and it was in Florida.
Right.
And and he had been underwater.
Right.
I guess there was a flood and he was in a low-lying area and it flooded.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. And this one, the missing sailor, Great Lakes. Again, I'll put it out to you guys. I personally, I agree with you, Linda. I don't like to get into that because
unless it's the parent and it's private. If the parents contact me directly, then, because some people will say, and I'll say, well, have the family contact me.
Yeah.
That's me too. That's exactly how I do mine. Yeah. But all I'll say is this. They will find him.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. And I know that you guys have been posting questions and I have missed them. So I'm going to try to go back and see.
How many people you got in the room now?
Let me see. Oh, I think it just showed up and I missed it. I think like there's 130. No. Oh my gosh. I think there's 1,270.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's more like it.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious. Thank you, you guys. Thank you.
I like this, being able to put our thing on there because then that brings them in for you.
Well, yes, it does. Thank you very much. And it also, it's, we don't have to go through the process of downloading it, putting it up, and plus everybody gets exposed to everybody else's readings and reading style and subscribers and whatnot. So this is a good thing. This is a very good thing. Yeah. So
Linda, I'm reading the comments. If you don't mind, I hope you don't mind, Marina, that I'm reading the comments.
No, please go ahead.
Linda, somebody said that we do our hand gestures alike, and I thought to myself, yeah, especially when we hit the middle finger.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 absolutely. The international sign of love, right?
Exactly.
The international
Yeah.
bless your heart.
Yeah, exactly. Bless your
It's
heart.
so funny because a client of his contacted me and said, "You would love Mel." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay." And then he kept bugging us to contact each other. So I think I finally reached out to him. I said, "Somebody keeps talking about you, says we should meet." And then for some reason it took a while. It took a while. And then once we met, once we started talking,
Yeah.
we took off.
I remember the first time I talked to Linda on the phone, I said, "Can you do FaceTime or Zoom or something?" She goes, "No, my hair's in curlers." And her second question was, "Do you like Trump?"
Yeah.
I said, "You mean that Cheeto head?"
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. That it's yeah. It's funny
I'm
how
actually
often
feeling a pit in my stomach that, and it's hard to show sympathy for someone who's so vile, but I do feel he's very afraid.
oh yes he is.
I can feel it palpable. It's palpable.
Yeah.
He tries to talk like he's a big shot. You know what's giving him comfort now? Everybody's telling him, "Sir, presidency's in the bag. People are going to come out in droves and vote. Look what happened with Clinton." Of course, it's nothing compared to what he's done. Look what happened with Clinton. You're going to be just fine. Yeah, and then you can pardon everybody. You can get rid of the Justice Department. And so he's fantasizing on that. He's trying, just like Rudy Giuliani was a fraud, huge fraud. And yet he still listened to them. He still wanted what they were saying to be true.
Yeah. Well, he liked what they were saying, and they were telling him what he wanted to hear. And that's the problem, is when you listen to people who only tell you what you want to hear, that it's not good. You have to hear another point of view. But that's what he's going to go back on. That's his big fallback now, is it wasn't me. It was these guys told me. They made me.
It's reminiscent of when Hitler was in the bunker at the end of the war. He was still delusional enough to think that he was winning the war.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he wasn't. And his generals knew it. But yet there was some of them that right up to the bitter end, "I'm going to appoint you and you're going to be whatever." He was so sociopathic.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, he at the end, he killed himself. And when they ask him about the German people, well, they deserve to die because they've turned their back on their Fuhrer. They haven't fought hard enough after that bloody war. It's the same with Trump.
Oh, yes.
Is he afraid? Yes. But the bigger picture here, my guides tell me, is that he, on some perverse level, is enjoying this because in his perverse mind, he's thinking he can control the court. He can control everything in the court. And so he loves the anarchy. He loves to create the chaos. And he's always going to make himself the victim and then the martyr. It's not going to change. He's never going to take his responsibility for his behavior.
Right.
But that's part of his delusion. That's part of his illness, the being the psychopath. And it can be very dangerous. So
absolutely,
my guides tell me he might be a little scared, but more importantly, he's taking perverse pleasure in all of this media attention he's getting.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. Can I say something out loud real quick?
Go ahead. Yeah.
Blue, there's a blue in the room that just showed up. I called out a blue that won yesterday on my picking 2 free readings. I got 2 people claiming to be blue. This blue right here at 12:02 that showed up with a peace sign and a heart. Give me your first name when you have a minute, and I'll look out for you. But it was just plain blue. I'm thinking the other blue might be blue 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah, it could be.
Marina, there's a very good question here. Can I read it?
Yes, of course. Yeah, please do, because as I'm trying to do everything, I know that I'm missing
No, as
important
Linda
things.
said, I'm the guest on your show. I have a tendency to take over, and I don't.
Oh, whenever he's the guest
No,
on my show,
no,
he
no.
takes over.
No. The first time you're a guest, the second time you're part of the family, you don't have to ask, you just do.
So this is really good. CC Ryder question: Will the Marjorie Taylor Greene interview on 60 Minutes cause uninformed moderate Republicans and independents to vote Democrat in 2024? That's really a good question.
It is a
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I
Is a
think
good.
yes. I'm saying yes. What do you guys think? You can disagree. It's okay.
No. I think that the more that the Marjorie Taylor Greenes and the Lauren Boeberts and all those, the
Right.
more that they get out there and talk, the more that they will turn people off.
Right.
That that the moderate Republicans are going to go, oh no, that's a bridge too far, because
Right.
there's some
Right.
of the stuff that they've said is just out of this world.
Exactly.
Like, so.
And what's more frightening is some people will believe that nonsense.
Yes, some will, and that there's a phrase that I've used a few times, and I don't even know where I heard it, but for the believer, no proof is necessary. For the non-believer, no proof is enough. So
exactly.
Yeah.
Say that again.
For the believer, no proof is necessary. For the non-believer, no proof is enough.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Feel free to use it.
There you go.
Yeah. And it's true. Yeah. The diehard Trump supporter is going to go to his or her grave believing everything that they have been told.
Right.
The moderate ones, might have said, well, let's give the guy a chance, but now it was, not so much.
And I heard on the news this morning, and someone brought it up again, that the Secret Services has to testify.
Yes, they do.
Yeah. And thank you, Blue. I got your first name is Joy. Somebody else claiming to be Blue, but it's a different first name. I'll let them know. You must be the wrong Blue.
Rebecca Gilberto says, hi, Rebecca.
Hi, all you guys coming in. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate it that you're here. And if I haven't said it before, please, if you are not subscribed to Mel or to Linda, please do so. In the description of this video, I've got their links. So make sure you go over, like, share, subscribe. Yeah, share the love.
Thank
you.
Absolutely.
Anyway, Rebecca said, I didn't hear this. Did anybody hear this? She said, did you see the mayor of New York warned Marjorie Taylor Greene this morning? I didn't hear.
No. Oh, yes, he did. He said her name. Yeah.
Thank you,
Aries Wanderer. He absolutely he did. He said, and people like Marjorie Taylor Greene don't think you can come into New York and start trouble. We will be watching you.
Nice.
I kept seeing her being arrested. I don't know if it's this time, but she's going to try to cause some trouble and end up getting arrested.
She is going to, you know what? My psychic light bulb went on. She is going to try to start trouble in New York. And guess what?
Yes. And I see her being furious.
Oh, well.
Don't mess with New Yorkers. I'm going to tell you right now.
I'm liking this mayor of New York.
Oh, so Trump Tower protests.
Oh.
They're going to have the protest at the tower, and Marjorie Taylor Greene is the one in charge.
Oh, it's going to be on the inside?
Mm-hmm.
Linda, did you hear what I said? It's going to be on the inside?
There you go. There's going to, I was going to tell you, there was a guy, I don't know if you saw this, that went to one of these rallies, and this man with nothing but MAGA on said that Biden was paid to start that January 6th rally, or he paid to start the January 6th event that took place.
Yeah,
and this guy says to him, so Biden, who won the presidency, would want to start a rally to go against his win. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying? And when he presented it very logically to the guy, he was tongue-tied. He couldn't say anymore.
I
Oh,
would have just gone,
I'll have to think about it.
I would have just gone ding, 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 and they would be like, "What's that?" I'd be like, "That's my BS bell going off."
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, did
Yeah.
you see the one where they asked a guy, I forget where it was, where they were outlawing drag queens, and he said, the interviewer said to the guy, "What's more dangerous to American children, drag queens or guns?" And the guy said, "Drag queens." And the interviewer said, "Well, how many drag queens? How many children have been killed in school by drag queens?"
Queens. Yeah.
And no, he was tongue tied.
Yeah.
And then the interviewer said, "Well, there's been however many thousands kids killed in school with guns." And
Yes.
so the guy said, oh no, I think more drag queens have killed children.
Right.
It's like, what? It's like,
Let me tell you something too.
Yeah.
I want you guys to remember this. A lot of people really, as much as they'd like to protest, they wouldn't get involved in anything that would cause, because they know the government's taking pictures.
Yes.
And they don't want to happen with the 1,000 people that did the insurrection, all of them serving jail time.
Yes.
So that's what they're worried about. Because remember, Trump promised them he was going to pardon them.
Yeah.
And then he didn't.
you know, my psychic light bulb went on again with the whole thing in New York with Marjorie Taylor Greene. They have to have it inside Trump Tower, because if they have it outside Trump Tower, they could get in trouble for not having a permit. You have to have
That's what I heard. I heard she has
That's
to have a permit.
right.
So that's why they
right.
say, I just wonder, I'll bet that's why they're saying it's inside Trump Tower. Which
No, well, okay, that absolutely, that makes sense, because if it's inside Trump Tower, then they can control who goes in.
Exactly. And the
Right.
other thing is, if she ends up at the courthouse, there's going to be so many people say, let them burn.
well, if
You
they do inside, they don't have to permit. Outside,
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
and then they can control better what they're going to say. And I think the permit's going to flop. I think the protest inside the Trump Tower is going to flop, is what I think.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Of course they'll say it was wonderful.
oh, yeah, thousands and thousands of people, near 500 were there, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
This question has come up so many times. I have to answer it now. I've said this before. If you watch my channel, Janet Protasiewicz, it's hard to say her last name, will win the election for the Wisconsin Supreme Court. I saw it way back when, so I have to stick with what I saw.
I'm sorry, what does it say?
She's the one in Wisconsin running for the Supreme Court, and very critical that she wins, because Wisconsin could turn into Idaho. So yeah, she's going to win.
Oh, good.
Ellen just said they will not let people into Trump Tower for security reasons. Interesting.
And somebody else says Trump doesn't own Trump Tower. I think they just pay him to put his name on it.
Yeah. So
yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, he doesn't.
You don't know. She may get a permit to be outside, but listen, they're going to be out yelled by the people who want him guilty. You know, and I hope the trans come out in big numbers.
Oh, I hope every drag queen in Manhattan and all over is out there. Yeah. Just like, I got to ask you too, there's a Trump Tower in here in Chicago. Which I don't think he owns either, but I don't know. I got to check it out. But I keep seeing his name taken down. What do you guys think? Do you think that his name is going to come down from Trump Tower here in Chicago?
His name is going to come off of a lot of things.
Oh, it's going to be a curse to have his name on anything.
Yeah. Well, whenever I see Trump Tower in Chicago, I want to throw up. But my guys showed me this big crane taking his name off, and I just wondered, is that wishful thinking on my part?
Right.
No. Going to happen?
No. Hey, Heather. No, it isn't. There was a number of years ago, and I think it was like 2016, 2017. up here in Vancouver. I think it was in Vancouver. There was a Trump Tower that was put up, or they were just in the process of building it or whatever. And there was a lot of Canadians who said, I'm not staying there. I'm not staying there. And yeah, he doesn't own the buildings. All he does is he leases licenses out his name. That's it.
Okay.
So there was enough of a backlash that, yeah, they had to change the name. So it's not it's not a Trump thing.
I think it's the
And
same.
then, yeah,
I think it's the same with the airplane. His name is on it, but I don't think he owns a plane. I think he just
no,
leases it.
I don't think he owns anything. And really and truly, Mel, right now, I think if a trip around the world was a nickel, I don't think he's got enough to raise a down payment.
I know people are saying, "Oh, he raised 4 million. Now it's up to 5 million." He raised 40 million when he left office, so that's a drop in the bucket for him. He goes through that money like crazy. You see the entourage he carries.
I can tell you, he's probably not paying those people out of his own pocket. It's the money he's bulking people out of for donations. And at some point, that's going to be investigated.
I can't believe they paid $600,000 for a professional to look to see where exactly the votes got stolen. And when they did their thing, they came back with a full report. Jared had it that says, no, nothing was stolen. You lost fair and square. He totally ignored it. $600,000. And then he had Giuliani and the Rottweiler just talk trash,
Janine Tarrant said they should call this plane Defendant One.
Very good. Very good.
That's funny.
How many people do you have in here? It's going pretty fast.
1,718. 1,718. And if you can all figure out where I live, you're all invited for coffee. How's that?
Okay.
Hi, Lisa Foster. I grew up close to where she lives in Kentucky. Hi, Lisa.
Oh, hi there. There was just a second.
Hi, Lucky Girl. Lucky Girl's in the house too.
Hi, Lucky Girl. That's my dog's name, Lucky. We call her Lucky Girl.
Right, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there was.
Here's a good one. Can I read this one?
Yes, of course.
Deb, this is really good being from Kentucky. What is Rand Paul's future looking like? I call him Brillo head because he looks like he's got a Brillo pad on his head. What do you all think? I think he's going to be gone as well.
I don't see him in trouble.
I don't see him in trouble. I see him voted out of office.
Yeah. I see people getting tired of him because he doesn't do anything. He doesn't pass any bills. He does nothing.
Yeah, his departure is a very quiet one. It's like kind of, you don't hear too much about him, and then it's just like he's kind of gone.
Yeah,
I'll be cheering. I'll be singing in the streets.
Oh, yeah, there's so many of them that, yeah, it will be nice to see the back end of them, and it will be worth it. All the hoopla that we've gone through for the last number of years.
Right. Pam Shin just said, as of 2021, Trump Tower is owned by GMAC mortgage company in New York, not by Trump.
Yeah.
Lisa Foster, by the way, is telling everybody to visit Marina's channel, my channel, and your channel, Linda.
I know her and Lucky Girl are just.
Thank you.
Her and Lucky Girl, the hostesses with the mostesses.
Absolutely.
Kentucky. Thank you, Lisa.
Absolutely.
You know what I miss? I'd love to do a Princess House party or a Tupperware party. Do they do this anymore?
I don't know, but you're right. They used to be so much fun.
I used to love them.
And Tupperware, they had some, you know how they would just do the cheapy little giveaway things?
Yeah.
They had some very interesting things that were very, very useful that I miss not having anymore.
Oh, they had so many. I lived off Tupperware, and I lived. Princess House was very pretty too.
And it
Yes.
used to always be
Beautiful
sure you
stuff.
burp the Tupperware. Remember that?
Yes.
So listen, I guess Biden said he's not going to the inauguration of Prince Charles. That's kind of a big deal. I'm not understanding that. Anybody? I think somebody else is going. It might even be Kamala.
Yeah.
But Piers Morgan is up in arms because the president of the United States isn't going.
Sweet and Salty said, hell yes, Mel, bring on the drag queens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a good one.
Yes. Russia is talking about wanting to liberate Finland.
From what?
Yeah.
It's all talk. He's about ready to go down. I give him till May, June. That's it.
You know what? I absolutely agree with you. I saw a clip of him just the other day.
Who?
And Putin.
Okay.
And he looked really sick. Like his skin was like gray. Yeah, he did not look well at all. And the first thing that I thought of was, oh, okay, so your days are numbered. And literally, I think his days are numbered.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good.
So
good.
Yeah. And you know what? Yeah. Why would Biden go to the coronation? They, well,
right now, the United Kingdom people, somebody just wrote this too, and I read it somewhere, are really upset about the amount of money they're going to spend on this coronation.
Yeah.
Here they are struggling, everybody's struggling, except this doggone United States of America. You guys, our stock market went up again. My son is making money again. He had lost a lot of money and he kept it there like a good stock market person. He said, Mom, I'm making money again.
Yep.
So he said, my son said to me, because he kind of gets a lot of views about the economy. And he said the United States of America is actually doing pretty good and will probably be good for another 100 years at least. And then he told me that people were talking about China calling in the monies that we owe them. And one of the reasons China doesn't do that, and they could, but it would affect our economy greatly, is because if we go down, they go down.
Of course. Absolutely.
Yeah. I didn't even think of that, but my son, that's how he is.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. He's right.
I guess you guys think, I really do respect my son's opinion.
It's like we say in the South where I come from, you got yourself one smart boy there, Linda.
There you go.
Yes, you do.
That boy's got brains.
When I was born in Georgia and I went back to Georgia and saw one of my mom's dear friends, Jo was her name, and she picked me and Nicole up from the airport. The first time I went, and her husband was a bigwig in the military, so we got to go see where Mom and Dad had me, these little tight, they were cute. And so we would sit on the porch, and honest to God, they're like that. Well, I'll tell you what, Joanne's son, Robert, I guess he fell off that ladder, broke his skull wide open. You don't say. I'm telling you, I was there. I seen brain matter all over the place. I mean, they don't get excited. They just, tell you what.
It's like you ask what time it is, and they tell you it's 7:30. By the time they get it out, it's 8 o'clock.
Yeah. Firefly says, does the GOP have anything on Biden? No.
No.
No. They've looked. Believe me, they've looked, and no, they were trying, but yeah, there's nothing there.
Yeah,
there's nothing there. He's a good guy, I know. Yeah, he's had some, little hiccups here and there, but that's life. Who hasn't?
Right.
It's it's not major. He didn't steal state secrets and sell them to God knows who.
Yeah, and I'm so glad his son is suing anybody and everybody.
Yes.
To knock off this crap.
And his son's going to win too.
He's going to
Yes.
win.
Yes, absolutely.
Because
So
he didn't go pick up that computer. So this guy thought he had carte blanche. It says on the contract that he signs, if he gives up the computer, they have a right to sell it, but they don't have the right to take the stuff out inside or add stuff to it and make it look like he's, you know.
Of course. Of course. That's the easiest thing to do is, oh, look what we found.
Yeah.
And okay, come on, like guys, get for any Trumper out there who is into the, Hunter Biden's laptop, give it a rest. It's done. Go move on. Move on. That's so last week. Anyway.
My psychic light bulb just went on to get off the topic, but I was reading somebody, Sonia Panola says, it said the bank says that Trump owes so much on all properties, it'll be effective if he doesn't resolve the bills. My psychic light bulb went on, and I see at some point he's going to get indicted for bank fraud because how he owes money on those buildings.
Oh, yes.
And how he defrauded banks, and there's going to
they're going to come after, and the IRS is coming after him too.
Yeah,
it's going to be. I hear fraud.
I'm going to tell you, everything that man owns is going away. It's a nothing burger. I even see Mar-a-Lago having to be sold to pay the debts.
Yeah,
I said this years ago.
Yes, absolutely.
So listen to this. AJ said Elon Musk. Oh, sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
Go ahead. I just, as you were saying that, my psychic light bulb just lit up when I read that, and it was like, holy moly. Well, I can't say the holy F word I was thinking.
Yeah.
I got a psychic hit on this. Breaking Elon Musk.
Go ahead.
Breaking Elon Musk facing 258 billion racketeering lawsuit for his role in running a pyramid scheme to defraud investors with Dogecoin on unregistered security. And I feel like, I don't know if it'll be that much, but I think this will take him down.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was driving to work the other day and they came out about the thing with Tesla's, the steering wheels break and this happens and that happens. And I thought, well, that's because Elon Musk owns the company and they didn't recall him. And I told my husband, I said, you know what, Gary? He's going to end up losing everything. And
that's what I got. Yeah.
And my husband said, no way. I said, I'm telling you. And Linda, when you said that, I got dizzy. I mean, I actually got dizzy. That means yes. You're right on.
Right.
Boy,
yeah, for sure. Because
wow.
I have one of the things that I got when he took over Twitter, and I said this in one of the lives that I did, was he's not interested in taking over Twitter to make it better, to make it whatever. He took over Twitter. He was paid to take over Twitter to absolutely demolish it.
Yeah, the Saudis paid him.
Yeah. And it's just, it's a matter of time before, they'll come out. But it's not like, he didn't have the money or whatever, but
well, when he took over Twitter, and Linda and I talked too, and it was like, wait a minute. I see another platform coming that's going to outshine Twitter. It's going to be something like it. And I mean, you're right, Marina. I mean, he's going to run it right in the ground, but he doesn't care.
No, because it's not his money that's on the line, right? He's any quote unquote loss, he's covered. So he goes in there and he starts, firing people here and there and starts selling things off and walking away with the sinks and toilets. And
I know he's still low life. It's so funny. He's born in a rich family, but he acts like a gypsy, don't you think? Not that gives gypsies a bad name.
Yeah.
He's sort of trashy in his appearance and yet he judges the people that love him. He judges them. That's very weird. So Trump is landing, you guys, at LaGuardia. And while I'm looking, it says red, breaking news, he lands. Who cares?
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen the plane blow up, but that's between you and me and for entertainment.
You mean the plane landed?
Yeah.
It's about ready to land.
Oh, listen to what Tammy
said. Unrefined, exactly.
Listen to what Tammy says.
What?
Did you all see when the Proud Boys showed up at a drag queen book reading last week in New York, and they were thrown on their rear ends because they were acting out? They were acting all offended. It was.
But who got thrown? Did
the
Proud
Proud
Boys.
Boys? The Proud Boys. They got.
I know, but who got them out? Was it the drag queens?
I suppose, yeah.
Sounds like it, yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
You know, some people make the mistake of thinking that just because someone is a drag queen, it means that they're weak and defenseless.
No,
it doesn't.
Oh God, no.
Not at all. I have seen videos of, people who have picked on a drag queen and have just been punched next week.
Yeah, got a nice high heel right up their butt.
Absolutely.
I would not mess with some of the drag queens I used to do radio with. We used to do radio shows, and the drag queens would come on. And I mean, I would not mess with some of those. Oh, no way.
Exactly.
I value my health too much.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Oh my God.
Let me tell you, some of these drag queens are way better looking than a lot of women.
Oh, you got that right.
Oh my God, they're so pretty.
I'll tell you a funny story. My mother, this is years ago, she came, and there's a club here called the Baton, and they have drag shows. So I said, Mom, we're going to go see the drag queens. And she goes, what? And I go, yeah, I'm going to shade the drag queens. So I said, take plenty of singles. She goes, for what? I said, well, you tip them, right? She goes, I ain't taking no money. She said, So now the drag show started, right? My mother goes, that's a woman? That's a man? And I'm going, yeah, Mom. Before I know it, she goes, you got any ones? I said, why? She goes, I'm going to go tip that drag queen. She was up there buck stuffing the drag queen.
That's so funny.
I know. Some of them are just absolutely stunning.
Gorgeous.
Yeah. And I think, whoa, if I could never put on makeup like that. I could.
No.
Yeah, it's just, and you know what? They're nice people.
Gay people are nice people.
They're nice people. They're human. They're like everybody else. They have emotion.
Ooh, this is a good one. Hilda Flores, grab this one.
What?
Marina Linden Mill. Do you think if the Ohio governor who is banning books will have to ban the Bible too, since it too has a lot of sex and bad words?
Oh yeah, I know.
Absolutely.
Bestiality and everything else.
I've often asked,
incest, adultery. Yeah.
You name it, it's in there.
It's in there.
I used to ask, what would happen if they banned the Bible in Florida and some of those states? Oh, I wonder what. Oh,
yep. Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, that was a good one.
Yeah,
huh?
I was shocked at some of the books that were banned. I was absolutely shocked.
Yeah, this is temporary. This is all going away.
Yeah.
Because what's his name? The Satan's going down too.
Oh, good.
Yeah. So how many people ended up in the room, girlfriend?
You know what? I think right now we are at 1,771, but I think we were a little above that. And that is just.
Thank you.
Oh,
thank you guys for coming out.
Yes. My gosh. Thank you. This is
God, the wind is really blowing.
Yeah, we're at 58 minutes. I could carry this on for another hour or 2 or 4, but Yeah,
I can. I have to go to the post office and ship off my son's IRS stuff.
This was so much fun. And,
it was so much fun.
And it's good because with everything going on, at least we have our humor. And we were able to laugh. And I think, and I think I know that, Marina, you're in Canada, right?
Yes, I am.
But I think here in the United States as well, as long, I think still in America, we have a lot more things in common.
Yes.
Than we do than the things that divide us.
Yeah.
And as long as we share those things in common, and even in Canada, we will stand united. And we won't let anybody like Trump, or even in Canada, some goof, rip us apart.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
And what happened here could very easily happen in Canada.
Right.
Absolutely. We are not immune to things like that. You know what? There's just as many delusional, stupid people in Canada as they are everywhere else in the world.
Exactly.
Right?
Thank you, Firefly.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that we have Canadian in our community that are speaking up, because that sends a message to the Canadian people as well.
Yes, it does.
Wait a minute, stand up and don't let this happen in Canada.
Exactly.
Yeah. And we have always been very, very supportive of the, of our American friends that are spreading the truth, that are saying, no, 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 it's not that bad. And like Linda, keeping them informed and keeping things positive. Like I know it looks bad. But just hang in there. It every day it gets a little better.
Right.
Remember, our likenesses are all greater than our differences. And when our differences become greater, then we can tumble.
They just opened the door on his plane, you guys, and there's a whole bunch of Big Mac paper that are flying out right now as we speak. Big Mac.
Oh, Big Mac.
Just flying out.
Followed by Kentucky Fried Chicken boxes, right?
I think I'll go to McDonald's now.
Yeah, I'm hungry. Yeah. All right, you guys.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for being here. I appreciate every last one of you, and we'll have to do this again soon.
We will.
Do it. This was fun.
All righty.
Take care.
Okay.
Bye,
Take
you guys.
care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.